Curtis A reached out to me, said make a theme song for my show. Said alright, just give me all the details, man. And my homie says he don't know. Well, if you're gonna pay me big bucks, cause I might should have something to say. He said, you know what I bring, I'm the customizing king, nothing else matters anyway. So is he gonna have guests? Is he gonna go live? What time will it be? What will you see? I'm pretty much in the dark, but I can guarantee you'll be customizing action figures, getting paint all on his fingers. It's art by Akerman. It's art by Akerman. Tips and tricks and conversation, sharing his gift with every nation. It's art by Akerman. Art by Akerman. You best get ready, cause now it's time for Art by Akerman.
All right. Howdy, everybody. I'm here with Jesse and Tanya and Stacy, and we're going to do some painting. So, hello, everybody. How you guys doing?
Hey,
Lovely.
We're doing good. I hope you have had a wonderful day.
It's been an interesting one. I've had electricians here working the last couple days to replace all of our outlets and our circuit breaker. So, been in and out of electricity. And also took a couple days off of work that ended up not being days off work because I still got a bunch of phone calls. So yeah, it's been interesting, but I'm excited to be here painting with a bunch of cool people. So what about you folks?
And me.
Oh, Jesse, you're cool too.
Yes, you are, Jesse. I had a day off work as well, and it has been a relaxing day. So I am excited to get in here and paint. The week has been crazy, so to get a midweek relaxing day is kind of an oddity for me.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to get that.
Yes.
So for folks that may not be aware, Stacy and Tanya are do their mod squad over on the Legions Ladies YouTube channel on Saturday mornings, and it's a very just nice serene way to start your Saturday, listening to the birds outside of Tanya's window and see these two painting and having fun. And so when I saw that Jeremy wasn't going live tonight, I thought, it might be cool to just hang out and paint for a little bit with you ladies.
Yeah, when you started Art by Akerman, it just, I don't know, gave me the idea that it would be fun just to start a channel to enjoy painting, and it would make me sit down and paint every week.
Yep.
And Stacy has been painting some customs as well. So I talked to her and I was like, Stacy, what do you think about painting on Saturday mornings? And she said, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm always down. I might not be that great, but yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. And then the birds showed up just out of nowhere.
They weren't even invited, huh?
Mhm.
And we were like, yes, this is going to be great. And we have the most fun. And the best people stop by and say hello, and we paint and we answer questions. And it's just a really, really fun time on Saturday morning. And it's a great way to start your Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's kind of the same thing that I was doing with the studio, was using it as a way to make sure that I had to paint, right? It was like that one time a week, no matter what else was going on, like I've got to paint on Sundays. So totally get what you're talking about.
Well, it's kind of your fault that I even picked up a paintbrush to start with.
Well, thank you, and I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of, I would have to say that it really is like everybody in Legion's Con 2022's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw all the beautiful artwork. I was like, man, wouldn't that be fun? And my husband said, no, that would not be a lot of fun.
Little
And
did he know.
little did he know. And now he's working on a piece, and he was telling me the other day, he's like, I got this far in it, now I just can't wait to get it finished. So, but yeah, we are loving it. We've had the most fun and such a joy.
Well, and we got Jesse here. Jesse, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Oh, hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I reached out to Jesse earlier and was like, "Hey, what you doing tonight?" And he said, "I'm painting." And I was like, "Perfect. You want to do it live?" He's like, what now?" So appreciate you joining, Jesse. Do you want to shout out some folks in the comments? A lot of folks in here. We got Crom 316 says, hello all, happy hump day. So howdy, sir. We got Jeremy Govier says, hello, friends. It's been a while since I saw Curtis. Well, you're not going to see me today either. You're just going to see my hands. So, yeah, sorry about that. We've got Darla Akerman out here. I know her. She says, hey, all, with some purple hearts. Then we've got Guaisagwe Echevarria. Says yes, he's going live right now. We are live on both channels. So we are live on the Art by Akerman channel as well as the Legions Ladies channel. So thank you for joining us. Kevin McCoy's here. Tanya, 3,
Hi, honey.
2, 1. Oh,
Hi, honey.
Hi, honey. We all have to say it. It's a
There you
thing.
go. Let's see.
Hi, honey.
There you go. Kirby says, howdy, y'all. Howdy, Kirby.
Hey.
Jake is here. He says, hi. How's it going, Jake? Carvar Customs. Electrician.
Hey, I know him.
Yeah, there you go. Electricians or not, I'll be sure the lights stay on for you, Curtis. I appreciate that, Brian. I should have called you in the first place. So let's see. She says she's working in my dio, Darla. Talented. I'm taking advantage. Oh, okay. Got some work going on in the Echevarria house. So that's for Koki. Kent is here. Kent says hello there. What's up, my guy? And Low Fidelity Customs popped in. Man, we got a full house here.
Yay.
Lewis Christensen Christus. Wait, I'm missing that. Let's try this again. Lewis Christ is son, not yeah. I'm gonna mess that up. Hey, Lewis, what's going on?
Hey, Lewis.
Trying to read that from my phone, and that's not working. We got William Husted in the house. He's a huge DC McFarlane fan, in case anybody was wondering. So he's not really. I'm just giving him shit. And that is everybody.
Why, did you send him some McFarlane toys?
No, he always gives me crap about McFarlane. But Crom 316 is asking Jesse what you're painting.
Painting one of the Lehigh exclusive debut Wolf King mule sets. I'm making my mule mage.
Very cool.
That's awesome. Cut it out, Curtis.
Tanya, what do you got going on?
So, when we were at IshCon, Jimmy Horowitz and Pete's Custom Prints had designed and had these headstands for sale. And so I picked up 2 of the 3. I think maybe they were sold out of the third one. And I wanted to get those painted so that whenever I took pictures of heads that I have painted that I'm not necessarily finished with the body, I wanted to have something cool to put those on. One is more like cosmic, one is more like mythic. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of have something there. And then I've had this head for a while and thought I would work on her as well tonight. So that's what I'm working on.
Very cool. Kent would like me to paint him like one of my nails. So,
Oh,
so there you go.
that'd be easy.
Yeah.
The
Stacey,
Atlantis coming up, Curtis. I mean,
yeah. I mean, maybe. Well, maybe we can make it happen. Stacy, what you got going on over there?
So I did this head.
Oh,
You
very
can see
cool.
that.
Yeah.
And so her companion is this
Oh,
Charbot.
nice.
So I'm making her body now, which this is the first time I've really painted a body. So yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm just kind of doing accent colors is really what I'm doing. So
that's cool.
yeah. Oh, and then I did the helmet too, but I might add more to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
William says that looks very sharp, Stacy. So,
Thanks,
so
William.
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's not like smooth, but I'm not a perfectionist at all. So I'm kind of like, it's good enough.
Yeah, see, that's, I guess, my good thing and my bad side is that, like, I have to keep working on something until I think that it's, perfect.
That's how
And
Brian is too.
the bad thing is that I'm not very artistic, so it means that most of my pieces take for freaking ever. But by the time it's done, it actually looks pretty decent. But it's not, it doesn't come natural, that's for sure.
Yeah,
So,
mine does not come natural at all.
but I am, in case anybody's wondering, I am working on a Gorilla Grodd custom right now. I am using the McFarlane Page Punchers Gorilla Grodd body with a head from the DC Classics that Four Horsemen worked on Grodd. And then I had to do a bunch of sculpting on it because the Page Puncher's Grodd had like this armor that went across his chest. And so when I took the armor off, it left this big just cavity there. So I had to build the chest up with green stuff. And then I smoothed out some of the belly to match more of the like the chest because I wanted to kind of like a semi hairless look on the chest. And then had to sculpt in some of the holes and stuff from the top, as well as there were some holes on the head that I had to fill in. And now I'm just going in and painting it. So, and painting fur is like one of my favorite things. So, pretty excited for that.
I don't know where you get that from. Ugh.
Well, there's like
Does
so much
Nate know you're
detail in
painting
it.
fur?
Yeah, like after you put down a base coat, like hitting it with a dry brush is like so rewarding. So, yeah.
Yeah, the NC State Wolfpack Wolf that I did.
Mhm.
Me and it, everything about that one did not get along at all. Like at all. So
Ked says Curtis is still working on Jesse. He will be perfect one day.
Jesse is
Don't hold your breath.
already perfect. Come on.
And then Crom 316 came back with, or is Jesse working on Curtis? That's probably more like it.
I'm good enough.
I think both
You
of them
are good
pretty,
enough.
You
All
are.
right. I'm going to mute myself because I got to use the heat gun real quick, but talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
It's about time. I mean, hey there.
So Jesse, how was work today?
Oh, work was fantastic.
Are you being sarcastic?
A little bit.
Yeah.
We're in like we're in a weird little like slump right now, so there's like not a lot going on. And you know, yeah, so it's kind of weird because it's like I just want to go home and paint.
Yeah.
But I have to stand here and pretend like I'm doing something for 4 more hours.
Completely get that. Completely get that. And Stacy, how was your work day today?
It was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, I had court this morning, so that took up some time, and it was very nice here today, so I did the mail also. So I got to
Okay.
walk around outside.
Oh, that's always a plus.
Yeah.
And you get to go outside and hang out and
Yeah, because like, you can't open any of the windows.
right, yeah. Courthouse.
Yeah.
Well, I will say it has been a busy couple of weeks for me at work, and to have at least a little bit of a semblance of a day off was amazing.
Did you find a house this weekend?
Yes, we've got a contract on a house.
That's good.
So, not me personally, but yes.
So you're moving to Missouri?
I wish. No, that's
Don't
too
wish
far.
for that.
That's too far north. Let me back up there for a minute.
That's like the biggest waste of a wish I've ever heard.
Yeah. No, my goddaughter is getting married in November, and her fiance's lease on their apartment is up August 1st. So we have been diligently trying to find them a place that they can close on before their lease runs out.
Ah, gotcha.
And so when you work as a real estate agent and not just in a real estate office, you literally work 24/7.
Oh man, I feel that pain completely.
So I have worked for weeks with them trying to find the right place. And here's praying that what we found is the right place for them and it closes on time and they get to move before their lease is up.
Well, our youngest are twins, and they're 19, and they are looking for a place together. So they were out shopping today for an apartment. So I think they really liked one of the places that they looked at. And as much as I joke about getting my kids out of the house, there's really no rush. But that being said, when they do move out, I'm definitely taking that area. They tried to tell me that their room was going to Darla for more working space, and I'm like, yeah, I just don't know about that.
Well, I will say that I am very blessed in that I do work for a real estate office, and I handle, I think right now we're up to 42 or 43 agents that I take care of. And I'm really blessed in the fact that I have the job that I have, and I love my job. I love my agents. I love the company I work for. There's nothing I would change at all. But like when my goddaughter was like looking for a house, it's not like I'm going to let somebody other than me handle finding her a house,
Oh yeah.
So it's definitely on me to do that. So I knew right away that would be something that I would do, and I would do for them because I love them. So, but it is a job, and I'm glad that I don't do it all the time.
Well, you got Kent out here saying Charlotte woo. So he's
Yeah.
excited about Charlotte. William says, I hope you make it pay, Tanya. So, and then we got some purple hearts in the chat from Van Johnson. So, hey, Van.
Oh, Crom, thank you so much. He says you're all freaking amazing. You are awesome. Thank you.
Who said that?
Crom 316 said that you are
Mark.
all freaking amazing. Kent Pool is asking if he can move into the space room.
Ooh, man, that's less room for my display, but then I would have Kent here. And then if I can get him to do toy hunts for me, man, that could work out. We'll talk, Kent. We'll talk. It's a possibility. I could definitely see a possible trade-off there. So
yeah, Kent picked something up for me the other day. I was so excited.
yeah.
Yes. He loves me.
Yeah, he does pretty awesome with those toy hunts.
Really
Although I don't know who he's filming for when he's doing all those Hot Wheels and Matchbox and the cards and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know who's watching for this, but but people probably think the same thing when he's talking on his videos to me about the McFarlane stuff.
That's probably true.
Like, who's collecting this McFarlane crap that he keeps showing? So.
Jake Rawson said, would Kent bring his pool collection?
Ooh. Yeah, if Kent was living here, I would definitely know where all the good pools were around this area. So that would be a benefit too.
I'm lost.
He reviews pools.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm a little slow.
Yeah, that's why this past year at GCon, while he came with like a giant like robe on and stuff, and he was like dressed in beach attire.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was gonna review the pool.
Did he find it?
I don't know that he did.
Kent said, don't forget your towel.
Don't forget your towel.
Twizzler 19. Hey everyone, just got back from dinner. Hey, how are you, hon?
How's it going? All right, mutant again.
Mutant.
He's a mutant.
Like Wolverine?
Or Donatello?
Stacy, anything fun over the weekend for you, hon? Did you do anything after we painted Saturday morning?
Trying to think. I did laundry.
Well,
that wasn't very fun.
No, but
what
you
else?
have clean clothes, so that's a plus.
I do. Then yeah, really nothing.
Okay.
I've gone to workout classes every day except for today.
Oh, okay.
Today I took a rest.
Well, it's good that we're painting then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tend to go like during the week. I go at 5 a.m. Yeah, Brian thinks I'm stupid for doing that, but I'm like, I'd rather get up and go and work out than do it after work when I'm tired.
Right. Yeah, I get that. So Crom said, I love seeing all the ways each of you paint. For instance, Curtis uses a wet palette. Jesse uses a plate. What do the girls use? Well, I use a wet palette as well. Mine's off to the side. And I think Stacy uses the pots, right, Stacy?
Well, right now I'm mixing on this plate.
Okay.
I still have a wet palette I've never used.
It's not going to help you much that way.
One day I'll use it. Well, I asked Brian, I said, "Oh, maybe I should try that." And he goes, "Well, you don't know how to yet." And I was like, "True." So I guess I won't do it today.
I mean, I've got like
Wow.
a 10-minute video on my channel on how to do it. It's pretty easy.
I know, and I've watched it, but then like not while I'm at home. I've watched it at work because that's where I tend to catch replays. And yeah,
I've
I
actually
just
got to update it because I've changed kind of the way that I do it. I was using parchment paper, but I actually switched to a different sponge with these like pre-made papers,
Mhm.
and they've been working really well. So,
I have
but
told her multiple times to watch it and start using it. It's awesome.
Well, we bought a wet palette. We bought the I don't know what
Army
it's
painter, the same one
yeah,
I've got.
yeah. We bought that. But yeah, I just haven't, you know. Well, it's because usually I'm rushing in the morning to get the painting stuff ready, and I don't even
Well,
think
if you're
about
getting up
that.
at 5 a.m. working
On
out,
I know. On the weekend though, I get up at 6 and then work out before the show.
how is that better?
I mean, it's an hour longer that I can sleep in.
I don't know that I would consider 6 sleeping in, but hey, well, that's
It's
fine.
You go to bed at like 7, 8?
Yeah,
no.
about
Um,
there.
no, I don't. I go to bed at like 10. So I usually am pretty tired. Brian always wants to hang out with me and watch stuff.
It's weird.
I know.
Yeah, don't be weird, Brian.
Oh.
People that love you want to spend time with you.
I know, but it's
Waste
my
time for that.
bedtime. It's my bedtime.
For anyone watching, I would not take any tips from what I'm doing. I'm just doing stuff. So
But me too, Jesse. Me too.
I just got a new magnifying light today, and I like it a lot. It's really nice. So
we like it so much.
it, it's got like most of this. I think it's like 10 times magnification, but then there's this one spot. I don't know if you guys can see this, but like right here, where it's 30 times magnification.
Oh, that's cool.
and
Oh, wow.
and it's a really tiny spot, so you can't really like paint under it, but like if you need to like check your eyes or whatever, like you need to look at something to see how well you did, it's a good thing to look at and go, oh, I screwed up. um so, but it also is like really bright. I like the amount of light that I'm getting from it. So
Yeah, Kevin and I were talking, and then Stacy and I were talking on Saturday. Kevin and I were talking last week, and then Stacy and I were talking on Saturday. You know, when we paint, we use the magnifiers, right? So when you see what you're painting, you're looking at all the little mistakes that you made, and just like,
yep.
you take those off and look at it the way everybody else looks at it. It looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, I did a good job.
It looks good.
I do the same thing when I take a picture too, because then like I'll zoom all the way in and go, "Oh my god, this is horrible." It's like, yeah, but nobody's gonna do that. So
No.
That's funny. Crumb 316. So I went to the Dollar Tree. My original palette. I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought one of those sandwich boxes that clipped closed for $1.25. And then they had a 2-pack of sponges, and I picked those up and I cut up the sponge to fit the sandwich box and used parchment paper on top of it. And that was my wet palette for months. That's what I used for months. So it's not necessarily the palette that you use. It's just, how do you use it and keep your stuff wet?
Is your maiden name MacGyver?
I actually saw a video that somebody said how they made one, and I couldn't afford to get one at the time, and so I just made one myself. So that was my original, and I still have it here somewhere. But that was my original wet palette. That's how I originally started using a wet palette. And then we went to Durham, I think, to meet up with John, part of the community, and picked up his swig to take to Legion's Con. And there was a shop there that had this palette, and it was on sale, and so I bought it.
Yeah, he says my wet palette seems like it dries out too fast. Paper curls up after a while as I'm painting. So key with that is just make sure that you're like keeping water in there. You don't want necessarily standing water, but you want enough in there that it's keeping the sponge moist.
Right.
Sorry, Jesse. But
Why? What?
The word he used, moist.
I don't
You
mind
don't
the
like-
word.
Oh, okay.
Depends on the usage and the inflection.
Gotcha.
I'm looking at you, Big Deb.
I was just using parchment paper as well, but then I got this set here off of Amazon. It had 100 sheets and 4 of these sponges, and it wasn't very expensive. And this thing works really, really well. And even though it's like my palette is actually oversized for it, like it's way too big. It fits in there okay, and so I've been using this now for the last, I don't know, about a month or so, and I really enjoy this. So just FYI. Let's see. There were some other comments in here. Kent says that he loves you, Jesse.
You're welcome. I mean, thank you.
Crum says I'll have to try a different sponges, perhaps. Yeah, that Nico one that I just showed is really good. And then Kent says that he makes fajitas. Yeah, because he likes Dragon Ball Z. That's why.
Okay.
Fajitas are good.
Yeah.
I like fajitas.
And then Crum says, that's the palette my wife got me, the Neck Pro with that paper. Oh, well, you may just are you closing up your wet palette when you're done? Like when you're done with it, are you putting the lid back on it and sealing it? Because that'll also help prevent from drying out too much and stuff. But I've got one of these little like medical water squeeze bottle things. And so I can just kind of add some extra water to it if I need to. I can either pull up the corner or just put it in the palette itself. Just kind of squirt some water in there. So this comes in really handy.
And I have one of those as well, Crom, and that's what I use to do mine as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did not know that. We're like twins. We should switch clothes and try to fool people.
I do watch your show. Oh,
I'm gonna get some extra points at Maryland this weekend by going as Tanya.
Oh, Michael Casper. Hi. Yes, we're painting tonight.
Yes, we are. I guess I'll work on this guy's head. Yeah, the version of Gorilla Grodd that this head came from was a Build-A-Figure, and it had this like contraption that was attached to his head in multiple spots for like mind controlling people. And so I had to pull that out, and then it left just these like giant holes in his head. So I had to fill that in with green stuff and try to sculpt some hair, which I gotta say, like one of the spots was right here. I think one was like around here, and I mean the fur. It I think I did a pretty good job of mixing it in because I can't even tell exactly where the spots are that the holes were. So
that's awesome, Curtis.
Yeah, it was my first time using like real green stuff. Like I've used the liquid green stuff, but I hadn't used like the stuff that comes in the tape form. But it was pretty good to work with. I liked it.
Yeah, I think it works really well, but my thumbs, man, it takes so long to work it to be able to, to get it to mix and do all the stuff to by the time it's time to put it on, my thumbs are hurting.
Yeah. Well, one thing that Emil told me about, because he does a lot of green stuff with his stuff, is this. It's from Green Stuff World. It's called Sculptor Vaseline.
Uh-huh.
And that helps if you're like using any tools on it, or even just if you're kind of working it with your hands and stuff. Sometimes it'll start to get sticky and you'll be leaving like fingerprints in it and want to stick to your hand. And this stuff works really well to help with that.
Okay. Kevin,
So-
did you get that? Because we need to get that. Kevin,
Yeah,
make a note.
when he said he said something about Vaseline, I'm like just like regular Vaseline. He's like, no, it's sculpting Vaseline. I'm like, okay, never heard of that before, but got it. But if Emil says something, I'm definitely gonna jump on it because that dude knows what he's talking about.
Yes,
Jump
he
on
does.
it. Sorry.
That's okay. I was
I was
waiting.
doing the same thing in my head.
Jesse, I'm just waiting for the rest of it. Go on, hon.
That's all I know.
Oh, okay.
I don't even particularly like the song. It just it was.
Kevin said ordered.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, that has the Emil Wickman seal of approval. So
Yeah. We are all about that.
And for the record, it's probably just because the angle of my camera is not great. I am using a plastic, like actual, like painter's palette. It's just sitting in a paper plate. I'm not. Oh, I dropped stuff. Yeah, the plate just kind of helps keep the things like localized, and if I have little bits and pieces, I can just set them on there and corral things.
Yeah.
If you,
Yeah. It's a smart idea, Jesse.
I don't know about that, but it works for me.
I did go to the Home Depot earlier today and grabbed some pegboard, and I've ordered some pegs off of Amazon so that I can kind of display all my extra Mythic Legions a little bit nicer for when I'm trying to get one for customizing. Because right now they're like all piled up. Well, not all. I've got like 120 piled up in a wardrobe that I have to kind of like dig through all of them to find what I need. And then I've got another probably 150 to 200 just in boxes randomly around the room. So I was like, you know what? I think if I had like a nice pegboard and had them like in front of me on the wall, it would kind of look nice display wise, and I would be able to quickly find what I need. And like looking into it, like pegboards are super cheap. It was like $25 for a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of pegboard. So yeah, I was like, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, that is a neat idea. I like that.
Now I won't be able to do that with my like the Cosmics and Figure Obscura, the stuff that comes in the boxes.
Right.
But the standard ones I'll be able to hang up like that, which will be helpful.
If you get if depending on what kind of pegs you get, and if you position them right, you can
just balance it on top of them.
Yeah, that's what we did at the comic shop all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put 2 pegs side by side, or 2 pegs far enough apart that
2 pegs,
it can
3
sit
pegs,
on there.
depending. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, depending on how big the boxes
Just make
are.
it a little shelf so it sits above instead of hanging below.
Right.
There you go. That'll work. I got so many figures though. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was watching
It is ridiculous.
Legion's Lair last night, and Arthas was showing his boxes for the ones that he customizes, and they were all laying out there, and I was so jealous.
Yeah, they had a really good show last night. I mean, it's always fun watching them, but Arthas is just so great. He's so talented.
He is.
Yeah, I always miss Lair Lounge, whichever one it is, because of my hours and Legion's Ladies. And it's not as fun watching them on the replay when there's no chat to engage with.
Right.
I mean, not that the show is not. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Completely understand, Jesse. Completely understand.
I'm not gonna pull up that comment, Kent. I was like, oh, a new comment. Let's pull that. No, we'll leave that one alone. Jesse, we'll get with you later on that.
Hey, what?
William says seeing the figures on a pegboard could give you ideas. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I've got some stuff that is just so buried either in a box or in that wardrobe that's like, I don't know. I've even found myself sometimes, I'm like, I know I've got this figure, but I can't find it, and then I'll have to order a new one, and then as soon as I do, I'll find it. But that's just also the way my crappy brain works. So. One of the things that really bugs me, I was telling Darla about this yesterday. I think they've got a term for it, like ADHD blindness or something like that, where I'll put something down. I'll be working in an area like this, and I'll put something down, and then I go to look for it, and I can't find it. And I know it's got to be right in front of me. This is the only area I've worked in. It's got to be right here. And I will look all over for like 5-10 minutes, can't find it. I'll go search in other rooms and everything else, and then I'll come back and there it is. It's like I just think I'm going crazy. So
I mean, you could be doing that too.
yeah,
But
it's not
I have
mutually
the same.
exclusive.
Yeah.
No, I think I do that too. I'm like, where is this? I know I did this, and then I'm like, oh wait, oh wait, there it is.
Yeah,
Samesies.
like I've got so many X-Acto knives that are just stashed in different areas of the house, just because I don't want to like take it from one room to another and then I won't be able to find it. So I've got like every room of the house basically has an X-Acto knife. So don't come robbing my house. I got you.
Or if you do, pick up the X-Acto knife and you can defend yourself against Curtis.
Yeah.
Although I was painting downstairs while I was sitting on the love seat one time, and I could not find my X-Acto knife for anything. And then I moved one direction and stabbed myself in the leg. I somehow put it next to me on the love seat, so that was smart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Brian dropped one time in the top of his foot because
Oh God.
I was upstairs asleep, and my phone starts ringing, and he's like, "I need you to come down here right now with a Band-Aid." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Come down here." And I come down, and he's got a freaking X-Acto knife stuck in his foot. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my gosh.
That's
And I was
awesome.
like, I said, "I'm too asleep for this."
Tanya J Mac says that he wants to know if he's too late for the bird chirping.
I haven't heard them out there tonight. I think they chirp more in the mornings when we're on Saturday mornings.
There you go. You got to get up on Sunday mornings, J Mac. So
Saturday.
He usually joins us every Saturday morning. He's usually there, so we are.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, I know.
Pitbull says Darla's gaslighting Curtis, like she's just hiding stuff from me, making me think I'm crazy.
And then puts it back when you get.
Right. Yeah, I go in the other room and then she
Yep.
puts it right back. Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny though.
Yeah.
Can you do that to yourself?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's your
J-Mac,
other
Kevin,
personality that's doing it.
yeah. J-Mac, Kevin said we need to get one of those bird feeders that has the video camera on it and start videoing the birds when they come and listening to them chirp and stuff, and then play it in the background whenever we go live.
You know what you should do? You should set up a second camera and have it like you, Stacy, and the birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just have another window that's just the birds there.
So, but it is funny that the birds started like right outside the window when we were painting, and you could just hear them just as clear as day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of my kids the other day was saying that when I'm painting, I should have like a camera that's on Buddy, so you could see what he's doing while I'm painting.
That's funny.
He either is sitting like basically right at my feet, or he's walking around trying to see if anybody has food that he might be able to get. So
Yeah.
Buddy sounds like my long lost twin. At least on the second half. I don't want to sit at your feet. No offense.
It's all right. You can come sit at my feet. You're welcome in
Well,
Missouri
he's
anytime
got
you want.
socks on.
That's true.
That doesn't necessarily make it better. Sorry, Curtis.
All times.
Curtis, didn't I see where you had gotten one of these?
Yeah, Arthur sent me one. I had it in a mail call video a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I thought you had. I saw where you had gotten one of these. I think they are so neat.
They're pretty cool. They've got it comes with like a little QR that it sends you to a bunch of videos and stuff on kind of different ways you can use it, which I thought was awesome.
Yep. Mine, the one I got was a keychain.
Yeah.
I just thought it was really, really cool. Kent Poole said, "Buddy Cam, let's go."
Oh, Kevin said that was the idea, so I guess he wanted the birds on the extra camera.
Yep.
For the show. Yeah, that would be fun. Took the idea that he already had and then presented it as my own. No, that idea is trash, but here's my idea, and then say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Kent says that his dog is upset with Jesse for not acknowledging her as a fan of Graddock's Quest. So there you go, Jesse. Another Graddock's Quest fan.
She'll
think
get
that
over it.
I think now it means we're up to Kent, his dog, Dylan, and his mom. So are we playing this Monday? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
I'm assuming so.
I gotta travel again next week, but I should still be able to play if everybody else is able to. But since I'm traveling, you know what that means. Time for another travel toy.
Getting another toy.
Yep.
Your last video was hard to watch, Curtis. Like I was sad every time you left a store without another one.
It was I kind of went through this thing where I was just like thinking, well, you know, if I just go to one more store, that might be the one that has something cool. So I didn't want to settle. And I probably should have settled like 5 stores earlier. So
I was like, man, I'm sad. He's not getting a toy.
yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
was really sad for you.
I wanted that segment to be like 20 minutes long and it ended up being almost an hour. It was just like disappointment after disappointment. So let's just say I'm no Kent fool when it comes to toy hunts. So
Yeah, me either.
Michael Casper says I'm wearing sandals to CarverCon, no socks. Curtis and I will be walking the con together. Also, since he has no table, just hope he will be able to pay attention to the tables instead of my amazing feet. So
Oh, that's funny.
yeah. Yeah, old Darla branching out, going having a table without me. So
Hey, speaking of CarverCon,
yeah.
the shirts are still on pre-order until Monday at midnight, and that will be the only way that you can get a tall size.
Oh,
So if you want a tall size shirt,
who is it that's always
get
asking for tall?
pre-ordered.
Oh,
Brian.
Dusty Standiford. Dusty's always asking for tall sizes. I better
Yeah.
tell him. I don't know if he's already ordered one or not yet, but yeah, I better give him a heads up because he's always complaining nobody has tall sizes.
Yeah, Brian always complains too. He's like, I'm a 3X tall, but I gotta get 4Xs because a regular 3X isn't tall enough.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
X's that I have to get is because I'm fat, not because I'm tall. So um Kent says not with that attitude. I guess he's talking about me and my table. Yeah. It's all right. I know Darla's more popular than me. That's okay.
What if I convince you to get a table? I mean, I am the more popular,
I
even
mean,
though the Latin Legions didn't seem to think so, but
I don't think Brian wants me. He just wants the good Ackerman. So um but I will definitely be there. I just don't know. I don't think I will have anything. It's a stretch already just trying to get stuff for Legions Con and keep the YouTube channel going and my work and family and all that kind of stuff. I just don't know that I would have stuff for 2 cons, but I'll definitely volunteer
yeah.
Darla. So I think what's probably going to happen is we probably, even though I'm going to go to MesquiCon next year, I don't think we'll have any capes for MesquiCon. I think it'll probably be CarverCon and Legions Con because
Yeah.
it's a nice amount of time between them. Like it splits the year very nicely,
Mhm.
you know. Whereas MesquiCon is
Yeah.
only like 3.5, 4 months after Legions Con, so it doesn't give you a lot of time to ramp up inventory. So
Right.
plus, if I'm not selling capes at MesquiCon, it's going to give me more time to mess with Jesse.
If he's at his table.
If he's at his table, that's true. Yeah. But if he's not, I'll just report to Lynn. So
Is he even at his table right now?
I don't know. Yeah, you got a thumbs up. Quaisquay says he has to get the XS because he's short. So
Yeah,
Kent said toy
I'm short,
hunting.
but yeah.
Be careful in Ohio. Okay. Um, Darla says I've been voluntold. Yes, she's been voluntold that she
Yeah.
has a table at CarverCon.
It's funny.
Michael would like to know what we're making. So Jesse is working on some stuff for Maryland, and you said it was exclusive from Lehigh. Is that right?
It's a donkey and some crabs and some heads and some of this and some of that.
Awesome. And I'm working on a custom Gorilla Grodd. Stacy is working on a Ziri body, right?
It's
Engineer.
Engineer body.
engineer body. Yeah,
Gotcha.
for this head.
That cool cosmic head. Yep.
Yep, from
And
Wolf King.
yep. And then Tanya, what was it that you were working on? I think I had my heat gun going while you were talking about yours.
So I'm just working. I've got these 2 headstands that I got from Jimmy Horowitz and Pete's Custom Prints at IshCon, and then I'm working on this head. I picked this head up somewhere. I'm guessing Legion's Con, but I don't remember exactly. But I love the shape of this head and everything, and the ponytail. So I've had it ready to go for a while, and just haven't had a chance to.
Well, that's nice.
To paint it yet. So I thought I would paint it, and then we'll probably match her up with something.
Cool.
Somebody to put her with. So
DJ RM says, "Is that chocolate?" If you're talking about what's on my wet palette, no, that's paint. So, but it is a nice chocolate color. Let's see. Kent says Michigan wants Darla capes. I don't think there's a. Well, no, yeah, I see what you're saying for Mesquite-Con. I just don't know Yeah, I don't know if she can do Mesquite-Con capes and then turn around and have stuff for CarverCon too. Crom says I'm holding out for Curtis and Jesse Con. You might be waiting a while. So, G says I want Darla capes so majestic, and DJRM says it'd be a lot cooler if it was chocolate. Yeah,
Very true.
And Kent, yes, I've licked my paintbrush enough today to know that for sure it's not chocolate. Throwing stuff. I tell you what, Jesse, when I was painting that meep that you gave me, that thing frustrated me so bad because I dropped it like 3 times in my wet palette, like, and just got paint all over it. I was super clumsy with it. It was not good. It was one of those where sometimes I'll start getting clumsy and dropping stuff and making mistakes, and I know I need to take a break, and I'm like, no, I'm just going to work through it, just trying to be stubborn. And yeah, that doesn't usually work out well for me.
Yeah, that doesn't usually work out well for anybody.
Yeah. It's just like, just take a break and come back.
Pre-order a CarverCon shirt by messaging Brian, Lynn, either in the Cabal, or you can go to CarverCon on on Instagram or Brian Carver Instagram and let him know what size shirt you want and pay him through PayPal.
Yep. Thanks, Tanya. I didn't see that one.
That's okay. Yeah, we got you, girl.
Yeah, he's like, you don't have to talk about it, but if you do, I'm like, well, there was a segue.
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't talk about it, you would just turn the lights off. So
True.
yeah. And it's hard to paint in the dark.
It is very hard to paint in the dark. He's not home currently.
That's kind
He
of
had to go pick up our son from jujitsu.
Isn't that contradictory for Brian to be turning the lights off? I thought his whole thing was let there be light.
Well,
That's why he leaves.
He's the keeper of the light, so you
Yeah.
just don't want to tick him off, you know?
Yeah, because then he'll turn them off.
Yeah.
Even though, it's funny, he does like to sit in the dark a lot, though.
It says, would I lick the paint for a Klondike bar? No, thank you. I appreciate it, though.
Although,
I don't think Klondike bars are that good.
G underneath said I'd do a lot for a Klondike bar.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Oh.
I think I ruined these gauntlets.
Oh, no. What'd you do?
I was trying to pop them off epoxis, and the nubs broke off in them.
Oh.
So I was trying to clean the nubs out, and I don't know if I did a good job.
Like they broke off inside the figure?
They broke off in the gauntlet, like the nubs of the arm, like the forearm broke off in
gotcha.
the gauntlet.
Okay.
I'm using them. It was a secondary. It wasn't my actual epoxis. It was a extra one.
Mm. Yeah, Darla broke off her pauldron on her armory knight, and it's stuck inside the back of the figure. And she showed it to me. I'm like, I honestly don't think I've ever even heard of anybody doing that. Like, that's impressive. So, and it's like flush with the back. Like it is. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
That's all right. I'll just save trying to fix those for another one down the road.
I think somebody said to try to like partially like put a drill bit into it and then kind of heat it up and see if you can pull it out. But
that's what I did. I heated it up, and then I tried putting one of my skinny Dremel bits into it, but it just chewed through the plastic. That's okay. No big deal.
Kent, no, I do not believe I have your needle nose pliers. I do have some needle nose pliers, but they're not mine.
Oh, are they mine? I can't find mine.
I'm pretty sure they're mine.
They have a yellow handle.
Kent said, I'm just going to buy a new one. You're not fooling me, Curtis. Okay. Yeah, I went to North Carolina, stole your needle nose pliers. You're right. Good call.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah. Just like Night at the Roxbury. Dewey, did you grab my ass? I'm across the room, sir. I know your tricks. Oh boy. Running out of room for my alligator clips. I need to get another block.
Where is... No.
So you're in Maryland this weekend, right? Jesse?
What happened?
I said you're at Maryland this weekend. Is that correct?
Correct.
And is that it? Is it a 1-day, 2-day show? What is that?
It's a 1-day show. We get to set up Friday, and the event is Saturday.
Gotcha.
At the it's the Maryland Toy Expo, and it's being held at the Maryland State Fairgrounds.
Gotcha.
It's just a box of stickers. Where's my food coloring? Chris, do you have my food coloring?
I do not have your food coloring. Sorry.
There it is.
Apparently, I'm just traveling cross country and stealing stuff from everybody.
You never know.
You do travel a lot.
You have been traveling a lot here lately, Curtis.
Yeah. I mean, it's mostly Illinois, Kansas, and Missouri, but yeah, you are correct.
I mean, my brother from Missouri was just here. I mean, it's not a hard thing to do.
The end of the month, I've got to go to Garden City, Kansas, and Wichita, Kansas, which is like about a 10-hour drive. So super looking forward to that.
I know.
But I do think Darla might go with me on that one, so that would be awesome. I tried to talk her into going with me every time I'm traveling, and she just can't be away from Buddy because she's a dog mom.
Yeah.
Like the yesterday when the electricians were here, my oldest daughter here in town took the dog for a few hours. She's like, I'm really missing Buddy. I'm like, he's all right.
For anyone watching at home, you probably can't see it, but I'm making some of my famous transparent color.
Ooh, I've never seen that.
Elmer's glue.
Let's see.
Let me just make sure I'm not being an idiot and that I don't have a... No, I don't have a clear this color. And according to the box, if I want to make a mint green, it's 6 dots of yellow and 1 dot of green. I mean, that's for a cup, so I'll probably just do 3 drops of yellow and a half a drop of green if I can figure that out.
So it's just glue and food coloring?
Yep. So I just put over here, I filled up one of the palette cups with just some Elmer's glue and did 3 drops of yellow. Now I'm going to do a drop half drop of green if I can figure out how to.
And what are you painting with that?
I'm painting the white ghost hands from the Undead Legion pack that are translucent.
Okay.
To try to match it to the the blue Hagnon bracers.
Gotcha.
Things.
Oh, that's cool.
So I learned that as a trick to paint when I was painting minis, to paint like the magic effects and stuff. And I saw a video where someone was saying like, this is how you make sea glass effect. And I
do you
tried
have a
it.
special brush for that, or how do you apply that, Jesse?
Yeah, I'll just use one of my crappy brushes because it'll probably be ruined.
Is that the scientific name?
Yes.
Okay.
Brand crappy _ B brushes.
Gotcha.
Now that looks a little too yellow green for me, so I added a drop of blue. And that got really dark. But the glue will dry transparent, and whatever color you have mixed in will show through.
Very cool.
That is definitely not the color I wanted.
Righty. I just licked my brush. It's definitely not chocolate. Oh. We ready to do some dry brushing? I think so. Or do we want to put a wash on this first? Yeah, we could hit this with a black wash. I don't think I need contrast.
So yeah, backwash?
Black wash?
Oh.
Yeah. Trying to decide if I want to use contrast or a dark wash. I think I'm just going to use a dark wash. So, although I think I'm going to need some more Nuln oil because I think I just dumped this over recently and poured half the bottle all over my table. Yay.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that. You know, I did that with silver and it hit my computer.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Although Kevin did say it's a good thing it's the same color as your computer.
G said, nice setup, Jesse, as you were showing off your clear stuff. Kent wants to know if I have his bone saw. I do not. I do not have your bone saw. And he also said that he's now sent a Klondike bar to me in the mail, so it's on the way.
Ooh.
So I'm sure
that'll be a
yeah.
That'll be fun.
That'll be a fun package to open.
Just make sure you do it live.
Yeah.
I want to see that one.
So the idea is this mule character is a water mage, because the story that Len came up with is that they, because they worked on the canals in Eastern PA, and that's why we did it there. So I'm trying to use those translucent parts to make it look like his hands are like powered up by water or something fun like that.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Oh, that's not a crappy brush. Where's the crappy brush?
That's the brand name, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't use like a brush you're gonna ever hope to use on anything else again, just because that glue, even if you wash it out, it gets into the bristles and everything, and that's just kind of the end of it.
I do the same thing with when I'm glossing eyes. I've got a specific brush that I use for that because that stuff's a little hard to get out of your brush.
I do the same with my metallics. I have a brush specifically for those.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I've not done that, but that's probably a really good idea. So you're not getting all that metal flake in there.
Right. I've looked at the brush after I used it, and it has all that metal flake, so I don't want to use it on anything else. So now it's specifically for my metallics.
Gotcha.
Speaking of Metallica, so apparently my brother in Florida, his wife is a like avid gamer, like online gamer, to the point where she's made connections with people around the world, including a roadie for Metallica that got my brother tickets for Sunday night.
Oh wow,
That's cool.
I'm just like, he said all that. I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then it took me a couple hours, and then I was like, wait, Lori's a gamer? Like, since when?
I was just, as you're telling that story, I was like, that's weird, people making connections over the internet with gaming. And then I realized that's how I got married. So
Yeah, I was like, isn't that how you met Darla?
yeah.
I mean, I'm not weirded out by the connections. I'm just weirded out like that. Not weirded out, but like that sister-in-law. I didn't know she did gaming. Like that was like she led the worship team at church. Not that you can't do both, but like I just did not think gaming was anything she had any interest in.
Don't shame game.
I'm not. I'm not.
Game game.
I'm not. I don't. Nope. It's gone.
Crom says, what kind of wash do you use? So I'm using this one was Null Oil Shade from Citadel. I don't have as much as I'd like because I dumped half of it on my table. But yeah, I've used a lot of the shades from Citadel. So Agrex or Shade is another one. It's a cool kind of earthy one. Like if you need kind of a dirty, wash. And then I use a lot of sepia, but the rest of them I use kind of sparingly. But those are the three that I probably use the most.
I'm actually using the soft tone wash from War Paints Fanatic right now on.
Can you show that again quickly? I am bigging you.
The War Paints wash soft tone.
Oh, okay.
And I'm actually like doing the cracks, just kind of giving them some definition and making it a little bit dirty.
That's cool.
So,
yeah. No dirty crack jokes, anybody. Blake says this is fun. Well, thank you, Blake. Appreciate it. Yeah, Blake joined me. I did a mail call opening yesterday, and then afterwards, we went over to the Off-World channel and we talked a little Star Trek for the Picard series. That was a lot of fun. So Blake hadn't seen it though, so he really didn't have much to add. He just watched me and Joe just be nerds for an hour. So
yeah. Because he had fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if the colors are going to show up that great, but it's not exactly the right match, but it's way better than just the white.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that looks great.
That looks pretty good.
So
Yeah.
I'll put a blue wash over these when it's done, just to make it make that water effect look a little bit more.
Yeah.
In there, but I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's cool. Blake says he was a very enlightened live spectator. So, all right. Oh, I removed Jesse instead of insmalling him. So hold on, let me bring him back.
Story of my life.
I didn't mean to remove you, Jesse. I'm sorry. Yeah, we had a good time with that, and I learned that Joe Gonzalez really likes Star Trek a lot. So I think we're gonna probably do some more of those. We're thinking about maybe actually doing like go through all the Star Trek movies and watch them one at a time, and then do a little episode on it. Um, we just had a lot of fun, kind of nerding out about that.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I don't know what to say about that.
It was a
I say
hiccup.
bless you to everything. Brian gets mad,
you
and then
too.
I forget to bless him when he sneezes.
I had a friend a while back that didn't like the religious connotations for God bless you, so I just started saying Coegfeb, and they appreciated that.
All right.
Oh, my dog's gonna start. Hey,
Does he know Coegfeb?
no, Brian just got home, and
Oh.
that's who he is. Jax. Jax. I can't mute you because you can't see my phone. Go get him.
I mean, I can mute you if you need me to.
He's done now. He
Okay.
ran out. He wiggled his booty out. My wiener dog.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Brian.
No.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
See that?
Get some fresh paper towels. This one is dirty. I was watching Stephen Bisciotti paint one time, and he had this paper towel, and he used like the same paper towel to like wipe off his brushes for like the last 2 years. It was so caked with stuff. It was like disgusting. I just kept using it. Blake says, yes, Joe literally came alive during the Star Trek chat. Plus, I had to like quickly between the mail call and the off world for that, I had to quickly make a thumbnail, and I took this image of the Picard series of Jean-Luc Picard, and then I put Joe's mustache, beard, and beanie hat on it, and it might be some of the finest work I've ever done in my life.
That was awesome. I laughed looking at it. That was funny.
Tell us again how you're not artistic?
Yeah, I mean, it was. So I found this picture of Joe from Legion's Con where I just like took off, like I edited out all the skin, so all it was left was his facial hair and the beanie hat, and I overlaid it on top of the Picard, and it was like a perfect fit. It's like they've got the exact same head. It was like
That's
it was
awesome.
it was magical. Crom says, I use Vallejo model washing, and I think it's messing up my paint. It's Negro Black and Oxido Rust. Listen, here's what I'll tell you. I have never had any luck with Vallejo. Um, it first off, there's a lot of paints that it doesn't mix well with, and it'll get chunky. It doesn't. You can't water it down real well without it getting chunky. And I've just had bad experiences with it. So I don't like using Vallejo, but I know some people that swear by it. What I tend to find is that people that use a wet palette typically don't like Vallejo as much as people that are doing it from just a regular plastic dry palette. Because it is a thinner paint right out of the box. Now you're talking about the washes, but I just find that, typically people that aren't using a wet palette like Vallejo a lot more than people that are using a wet palette. But I mean, try some paints, see what you like best. But I've never been a fan. I don't know. What about you folks?
I use Citadel mostly.
Yeah, I mean, I have Vallejo and I use it for specific colors. But I have truly gotten to the point where like I I really really love my golden paint, and even like the oh like the golden high flow acrylics, like I use these most of the time. I've picked up some specific paints when somebody says that they use it for a specific purpose, and I pick it up for that, so I use it for other purposes. But if I'm going out to buy paints, I'm usually getting either the So Flat or the golden high flow or what's that model pro or what's that one?
Pro Acryl.
Pro Acryl.
Yeah, Pro Acryl's pretty good. It's another one that's kind of a little bit thinner than I like.
Yep.
But it's really good. But yeah, same with the golden and the So Flat. Like I just love their paint so much.
Yeah.
And my Michael's actually started carrying it too. So which is nice. I mean, it's still a little bit more expensive than if I buy it online, but
Uh-oh.
oh, get some echo.
Yeah.
Not sure. I'm gonna mute myself. Try talking to see if it.
Okay.
Testing
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Yep, it's not me.
Okay. I'll mute myself. Me.
All right. Test. Testing.
Testing.
Yeah, I think it went away. Who was that muted? Was that Tanya?
Yeah, I
So.
muted me, but the only thing that I've got open is my computer. Like I don't have it on another.
I don't know if it's still there. I don't hear it now. I think we're good.
Okay.
I don't know. I think maybe it was just a little glitch, but we're good. We're back in business.
Okay, yeah. Yay.
Blake says it's not me this time. He was having some mic issues last night. So Crown says, if you don't mind, I'll message you about washes I've been using. Yeah, I mean you can reach out to any of us. We'll be glad to help you. So
yep, absolutely.
I'm gonna check my backup and see if I have any more Nuln Oil.
Curtis, were you a Boy Scout?
No, I was not, and I don't. I've got an extra bottle of Agrex Earthshade, but no extra Nuln Oil. Damn it! Why? Why do you ask?
Well, I mean, you've got like 8,000 extra legions for future plans. You've got backup paint.
Yeah. No, my thing is I very easily will find an excuse not to paint, including my work area being a mess, including not having the right supplies or not having a figure. So I'm trying to take all the excuses away from myself. So like there's like on my workstation, like everything has a set spot that it's supposed to be in. So when I'm done, it's supposed to go back in that spot. So the next time I go to work, it's not out of place. Things like that. Not to say that always works, but the best I can do. But yeah, there are some things that I use quite often that I try to keep extras of. Like for instance, this the brown. I was talking to the ladies earlier. I've already moved it into a dropper bottle, but this Citadel Mornfang Brown, probably one of the paints that I use the absolute most. So I always keep at least one extra bottle of that around, so that I never run out. And I ended up just using my last bottle before this to fill that up. So now I'm gonna have to go to the store tomorrow. But one thing that I also like about Citadel, they've got this app. I don't know if you guys are using the Citadel app, but it's so cool. They've got a thing on there where you can do this like wish list. And so you can just go through like all their paints and washes and stuff, and you put a little heart next to it. And then it kind of creates like a shopping list for you. So then if you go to your wish list, it shows you all the paints that you need. So then when you get to the store, you don't have to try to remember what you need to pick up.
Well, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We've used that before, but then we forget to mark what we buy, and then we buy it again.
I've done that as well. Yeah, because they've got an inventory, and then there's like I think it's like a check mark to show if you've got it in your inventory, and then there's a heart if you need it. And so you can then sort it by your inventory to see what you have, and you can sort it by what you want. So it's a really cool little app.
Nifty.
Yeah. Crom says he's going to invade Canada with the extra legions he has. I don't know that I have that many, but I was talking with PGG the other night, and Van said he had like 50 boxes of legions figures, not 50 like figure boxes, but 50 boxes full of figure boxes. I was like, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may have a hoarding problem.
Kevin, I don't feel so bad about how many we have now.
I don't have an up-to-date count, but if I had to guess, I would say definitely over 200 is what I've got as far as just spare legions that are just in boxes.
Yeah, I don't feel bad at all, honey.
But that's like when we first got into legions, I know Jesse and I got in basically the same time. It was like there were a handful of figures on Big Bad Toy Store, and that was it. Like there was nothing available. So when you were, getting into customs and stuff, like you're having to go to eBay and pay, $150 for a figure just to do a custom with. And so yeah, I definitely got onto the pre-order train and kind of stocked up on certain figures, and I've got a healthy inventory at this point. and more 3D parts than I could paint in the next 50 years. So
Mm.
Yeah, we saw Blake. I saw that last night. His figures all stacked up. He's talking about Arthas figures from the lair last night.
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bit jealous about all those that he had.
he's so dang talented, man.
Man, he is.
And like very productive too. Like he has he has one of the coolest tables at Legions Con, because it's not just one setup. Like you visit him throughout the day, and he'll have completely different customs than what he had earlier in the day. And I don't know where he finds the time, but man, he produces some stuff.
Yeah. And they're beautiful. I mean, great
Oh,
day
yeah.
in the morning. They're gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
His faces are second to none, really. I mean, he does such a fantastic job. When I grow up, I want to paint faces like Arthas.
Yeah, well, I gotta jump off because I gotta get my contacts out of my eyeballs.
All right. I think
Don't they just go on your eyeballs?
Well, so I have to use a special contact solution where it has to soak at least for 6 hours,
Oh,
and
and
I
you got to
gotta,
be up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym.
yeah. So,
Gotcha. So
and I don't want to
basically,
have to
she's
open a new thing of contacts.
yeah. So what she's saying, folks, is that she's choosing the gym over us. So
Yes, I'm sorry.
And
I'm scheduled
and
for
who
a
can blame her?
class. I'm scheduled to go to a class in the morning.
oh, all right. That's
Yeah,
cool. We'll have fun with that.
I will. I
I
actually
think we'll
feel better.
probably wrap up in about looks like we're an hour and a half now, maybe another 25 minutes and kind of close this up. But it was definitely
I'm
fun,
not mocking
Stacy.
you for going to the gym. I'm just the time is just insane.
Oh yeah.
Well, so um the time is just what works for me. And I actually feel better when I get up and go, and I feel like I have more energy throughout the day.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, because this morning I didn't go. I woke up at, you know, 5:30 instead
Hmm.
of, 4, and I've been tired all day. So,
Well,
yeah,
Blake says that he's proud of you, Stacy, and I'm sure he will be wanting to go to the gym with you at Legion's Con early in the morning.
I know. So, we're going to.
Very nice.
He probably lifts more than I do, though.
Oh no,
But,
you're pretty strong.
I try. But
Well, Stacy, I will catch you on Saturday morning.
yes, as far as I know, I'm still good. I guess Zane wants to go to a competition in Columbus Saturday morning, but I think his coach is going to take him
Okay. Well, if
because
you
he's
can't
he's
make
going to
it, just,
coach. So,
right. Well, if you can't make it, just let me know.
okay,
But yeah, I
all
think
right,
I'm gonna go live on Saturday morning. So yeah, we'll see you then.
all right.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, yeah. That will if in the future, if Jeremy's not doing a show and we're available, I think this would be a cool thing to do. Just kind of get on here and paint. So
Yeah.
I fully agree.
awesome. Well, thanks, Stacy. Appreciate you jumping in.
All right. See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye,
See you,
Stacy.
Stacy.
Bye.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I think in about another 20 something minutes, I could finish up this wash at least, and then tomorrow it'll be Dry Brush City, which is my favorite place to go.
This
If
has
I
been fun.
Oh yeah. If I could vacation anywhere, it would definitely be Dry Brush City.
Yeah. Oh,
And Blake says, and then there were three.
and then there were three. Yes, there were.
Oh, well, we got Schmerber in here. He said, did somebody say something about wearing sandals? Yes. Casper was definitely talking about wearing sandals earlier. So. Yep. Greg says, dry brush. He is the dry brush expert at this point. So he's mastered the art. I think he's was recording an episode with Dylan and Joe Gonzalez the other day. I tried to weasel my way in, but I couldn't get on. So
Well, that wasn't very nice of him, was it?
I was trying to see if Joe, because like I usually do those mail call videos on Friday, and then Joe's like, "Man, I'd really like to be on one of those, but you always do it while I'm working." So I messaged him last night, and I'm like, "Are you working right now?" And he's like, "No, but I'm getting ready to do this thing with Dylan and Schmerber," and I'm like, "All right, send me the link."
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know, we're doing it." I'm like, just tell those guys that I'm ready. So, but yeah, so I look forward to seeing that. I mean, all three of those guys are cool. So that should be
Yes,
a fun
they are.
conversation.
I had to go to virtual court back in March or February, and Curtis tried to get in on that too.
Hey, anything I can do to hang out with cool people. Doesn't care what it is. Greg says, "Love dry brushing and seeing you guys joining forces." Yeah, yeah. As soon as I saw Jeremy wasn't going, I was like, man, it'd be cool to paint with those Mod Squad ladies. They look like they're having a great time on Saturday mornings.
We do have a good time on Saturday mornings. It's so much fun.
Greg says, Joe asked me months ago to do a show with Dylan. Didn't know you wanted to join Curtis. Would have extended. Yeah, I kind of figured that Joe didn't want me in there. It sounded like he wanted it to be him and Dylan. So I know who to blame, Greg. I know that you would always have me. But that's all right. I got to do a show with Joe last night anyways for the Star Trek. And man, I did not realize how passionate he was about that universe. So I'll definitely have to do some more of that stuff. It was cool normally Joe's kind of laid back and almost kind of like grumpy-ish. Like he's not angry or anything, but he just kind of has this like grumpy demeanor to him.
Right.
But man, watching him last night, he was just like so happy and excited to talk Star Trek. I was like, man, we got to do this more often.
That is cool. That's
yeah.
fun. Schmerber, we're talking about going to Heroes Con end of the month. Don't know quite if we're going to make that one or not. And the next show that like we have planned to go is Legions Con. I don't have anything else scheduled. Kevin is in Ohio
Jolanta.
August, September, and then he is in Curacao in October.
Jolanta.
So... I don't know if Jolanta is going to happen as much as I would love to do it. I just don't know if it's going to happen or not.
I was thinking about going, and then a certain McCoy told me, if you go, we'll go. And then I booked my my room. Nice. So I don't know. Just
That's
saying.
her. And it's funny because Heroes Con is my birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And Jolanta is our anniversary weekend.
Ah, gotcha.
And I'm like, really, people? Can't you pick a different weekend?
Well, didn't Stacy say that like Legions Con falls on her birthday?
Yes, but Legions Con is Legions Con. And if Legions Con fell on my birthday, I would be there and be happy about it.
I just think that, yeah.
I mean, it's Legions Con.
That's true.
That is completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're trying to work it out. There's a couple of people at Heroes that are going to be there that I really, really want to go see. So
Blake says, guess what I'm building? I'm guessing the Blockies Bumblebee. That's my guess. Let me know if I'm right. Let's see. Greg says, love seeing you.
I'm going to go with the tolerance for pain.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun hanging out with you, Greg, at MuskeeCon and sharing a meal and getting to know you a little better. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really good seeing Greg, except for when he made Eric Miller cry because he was selling his Savage Crucible figure. That wasn't good, Greg. You shouldn't make Eric Miller cry like that. That was sad. Crom was guessing something military for Blake. Last night he was talking about those Transformer Blockies. So I'm guessing that he says, I'm building another Blockies Transformer. Well, which one, Blake? Is it the Optimus or the, what do you have? He had is it Scourge? No, what's that one's name? Swoop? I can't remember which other one he had, but then I know he had the Bumblebee one that he was talking about that was an exclusive. Blake is giving a good laugh at Jesse. And Schmerber said, dude, that was awkward when Eric went up to his booth and saw that he was selling his figure. He says he's building the Optimus. That was close. That's close. Yep. But he made one enabler sad, but then he clothed the other one because Wyatt didn't have any clothes, and he gave him a new to Mythic shirt. So it evens out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disappoint one, clothe the other. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh, he says, Blake says he's got Scourge, Bumblebee, and Mirage up next. Last night he showed off the Nemesis Prime, and then he's building the Optimus Prime right now. So he's really liking those blockies. You got a few of those, didn't you, Jesse?
I did. But I think I have the tiny ones. I think they are making bigger ones now.
The ones that he was showing last night, he said there's two sizes. The one that he was showing was like I think like 4 inches tall, and then there's the smaller one that's what like 2 or 3 inches.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
I have Optimus and Soundwave. Those are my two go-to characters. I just really like the looks of those two.
Yeah, I hope that
classic G1 looks.
I hope that YOLO Park does a Soundwave soon. I would love that. So,
but I got the new 2003 Super 7 Raphael the other day.
Oh, nice.
It's definitely a different articulation system than the other Super 7 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like better? Only thing it's got like a much more range of articulation than the other ones.
Oh, that's cool.
The downside is, you see a little bit more of the joint, like the actual, like the cuts in the legs and the stuff. But overall, I think it's a fun look. I mean, since I'm only getting the Raphael out of the set, I wasn't too disappointed. The only thing that really disappointed me was the size were super small.
That's weird.
Yeah, especially because like the artwork for that series and the character, they're like really long. But like these are like the smallest size out of any of the figures besides like the little micro. What's the not Lego blocks?
Mega blocks.
Mega blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the only ones that are smaller than these.
Wow.
So
I get some small size too every now and then. Then when I tell a dad joke around Darla, she gives me a small size. Yeah. So.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
No, I don't know if Jesse, did you see the Latin Legions with the Legions ladies on it last Sunday?
I did not. I had family staying with me pretty much all week, so I did not get to watch it.
Well, and then also it ended while our show was going on, Jesse. So we probably missed some of that because it was going into our time slot.
Oh yeah. So
I wasn't going to make an issue out of that, but
I definitely was.
Kevin has started. I know your card collection, Jesse, after seeing it, but Kevin has started buying me some really cool like playing cards, and I was showing some of them on Latin Legions.
Oh, cool.
But here's like high flyers, and they're really really cool. I want to
Oh, nice.
show
That's
them
cool.
off. But like this one, like the actual
Ooh, that's
box
fun.
itself. But the cards inside are actually beautiful as well. I mean, like they're very unique and very beautiful.
Oh,
and
really
then-
cool.
And then he got me a set the other week that
Is that like a brand or something, that High Flyers, or what is that?
so no, I mean it was a SQUIDDLE Squiddle Inc. Created
Okay.
by Squiddle Inc.
But it's not like a property that you knew previously or anything?
No, we just
Oh, okay.
saw them, and to see like the eyes in the High Flyers is actually
Oh,
the
that's cool.
ace.
Oh,
And
nice.
And then when you look at them, like you have the postmarks, and you know but they're all like very individual. This is the Jack. It's a Saker Falcon, and then the Queen is Anna's Hummingbird, and then the King is the Peregrine Falcon. And then there's the ace for that one. So they're all very unique, very beautiful. And the bar-tailed Godwit. And they're just, I mean, very unique.
Are any of them a Merganser duck?
So there are ducks. Let me see. Griffin, goose, alpine cough. Let me look at the last set. The golden eagle, the swift, and the Arctic tern. No, so I don't guess there was. Did I miss a duck?
It's all right. I just think Merganser duck's a fun one to say.
Yes, it is. That's a Godwit.
They have a pointy beak.
Condor, albatross.
Albatross. Oh,
yeah. There's a.
All right, and that's called High Flyers. I'm gonna have to get that.
Yeah, the King is and it's High Flyers, and it's just, I mean, it was really a really cool set, and Kevin bought them for me, and then he's been looking for some very unique ones, and the last ones he got me was there's actually a mystery game that you can play. There's several sets, and you can go through them, and there's a mystery game that you can play with them. I don't have those down, but like these are another set, and again, if you look at the edges, it's like holograms.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the actual cards themselves are individual and gorgeous. I mean, they're just beautiful. With the holographic. And I've just, I don't know, started collecting. So I've got a really, really good collection going on right now of different cards. And I just fell in love with them, really.
That's fun.
So
excellent.
But I know that you have a good card collection as well, Jesse, and I just didn't know if you'd seen Latin Legions, and I showed these 2 packs off. I've got more, but these were just the ones I could get my hands on quickly.
Awesome. Thank you for
Crom was
sharing. That's really cool.
Crom was asking Blake if he was collecting toys while he was active duty, and I see Blake answer that, but just wanted to mention, Crom, Blake did an episode of Meet the Collector on the Saturday Morning Toy Collector channel that's really good, where he kind of talks about his toy collecting journey and stuff. He's been on quite a few shows, but that's one that I would, if you want to kind of hear his story, that was a really good one. So, and Tanya Williams said, "Don't get paint on your cards."
Yeah, I was trying really hard not to. The ones on my hands is dry by now.
Gotcha.
Ooh. Sorry, that same company that made the High Flyers has one called Sardines, and it's like all fish and seafaring and otters and stuff.
Kevin, did you hear that, honey?
I'm just waiting for him to come back and say ordered again.
But it has been really neat, like to kind of go through and see some of the different, like, I have found myself leaning more towards ones that like are completely unique. Like even the numbered cards have something unique about them, rather than just being like the numbers with the suit. And if they have something unique like that, then I like them. The set he got me was, it's in a box. I put it up. I don't want it to get messed up until I have a chance to really look at them. But Sherlock Holmes versus oh my goodness, Sherlock Holmes and Jack the Ripper is the set that he got, and it's got a game that you play that you try to solve the mystery, and it's really it's such a cool set.
You know how you catch something unique like that?
How?
Unique up on it.
Unique up on it. You sure do. Absolutely unique up on it.
I figured that would be the kind of joke Jesse would like.
That was good. I don't know what this laugh is. I'm sorry.
Imagination Hobby says I painted a shadow orc 2 days ago. I'm sad I'm just catching this late. Well, good news is that it'll be available on YouTube. You can always watch the beginning part on replay. And hopefully we'll get to do a little bit more of this, whenever Jeremy's not doing his show on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then they said, just ordered my 5th and 6th Mythic. Used to only collect Cosmic. Awesome. Well, congratulations on the start of your Mythic journey.
Yes, welcome.
Who that?
That is Imagination Hobbies. So, Crown
Welcome.
said, just found out about Blake from Us Guys and didn't know about that. So I think he's going to check out that interview, that Meet the Collector. And then Kevin jumped in and was confirming Sherlock Holmes and Jack the Ripper. So there you go. So pretty active chat tonight.
Yeah, we've had a good time.
Yeah. Well, we are closing in on 2 hours, and I have just finished my washing. So if anybody has any extra questions or thoughts or anything, feel free to hit us up there, and I'll try to pull those up before we finish. Guys, what you got going on? So Saturday morning, you're gonna have another mod squad, right?
Yep, Saturday morning it'll be Mod Squad, and then of course next Thursday we will do Legion's Ladies Live again. Not tomorrow, next week. And we haven't announced who's going to be on it yet, but hopefully we will have that announced.
Is it me?
This weekend. It is not this week.
Oh, damn it. All right.
You're working anyway, right?
Next week, yes, I will be traveling next. Oh no, actually, you know what? I might have to miss my first Legion's Ladies episode. Because I'm supposed to be doing another show next week. I think it starts. You guys start what? 7:30.
7:30.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think the one that I'm doing starts at 8:30, so I should be able to catch the beginning of it. But I'll be over on Skelevator's channel. We're going to be talking some Motu stuff. So I'm supposed to go over there with Dooch and Sean to talk Motu. So
yeah, I'll see how it is.
I will still catch the beginning, and I'll catch the rest on replay because I don't miss you guys. Even when you're on Latin Legions, had to catch you because you guys are must-see TV. That's for sure. So,
and we love you for it, Curtis. We love you for it.
Appreciate that. Let's see what else we got in the chat. Crom says, although I did have a Batman, took it with me everywhere. He was with me during Desert Shield. Oh, Desert Shield and Desert Storm. I read that as well. No, he wrote it as Desert.
He wrote it as dessert.
Yeah, I was like, man, okay. I mean, Desert Shield sounds fucking awesome.
I know.
Like blocking with some cakes and stuff. Um, and then he said he kept it in his flak jacket. So
That's cool.
very nice. Yeah, that's a travel toy right there. You know. All right.
It is.
Jesse, what you got? You got the Maryland Toy Show this weekend, and then Sunday. Who do we have this Sunday?
We got Dub 3 on Sunday night.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
fun.
That's right.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that'll be good. I think we're probably gonna have to talk some AI. We'll see. I saw that he had posted. He had taken a picture of a goblin, and then he ran it through one of those programs to kind of animate it and make it running. And I saw him post it in the malignancy group, and that he said something about like it being a shame that he can't post in the cabal. Um, and the cabal hasn't like there's not a rule that says you like it's completely outlawed against AI, but if AI is the primary, kind of thing on the post, it's probably going to get pulled. And it's not because um we're taking a stance against anything or whatever. It's just there's certain things that when they come up in the group just causes too much drama, whether it's politics, religion, AI. There's just certain things that it's like there's 7,000 people in there, and in a group of 7,000 you could have 6,900 of them that are just amazing, and you're going to have 100 that are just complete idiots, and they're just going to fight with one another. So considering that there's only a handful of admins, there's just when it comes to topics that are very divisive like that, we try to keep as much of that out as we can, just so that we don't have to, babysit the comment section. But we'll have a good conversation, I'm sure, on that, as well as his amazing photography, and so that'll be a lot of fun. Anything else you guys got coming up that you want to talk about or promote?
If anybody can make the Maryland Toy Expo Saturday in Timonium, Maryland, it should be a good time.
Yep.
Lots of good stuff. The Wolf King table, it is a street team event, so we'll have a whole selection of 4 horsemen, like what they would bring to a show. Plus, the Wolf King table is going to be right next to it with all the Wolf King goodness and all the other awesome stuff that's going to be at the show beyond our tables, which is really cool. So if you can make it out, 8 o'clock early access and 10 o'clock regular show, and I believe it goes to like 4 or 5. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it goes
and
to
a chance to win a slog test shot, right?
Yes. Slog test shots. There's a post in the Wolf Den or from Wolf King Customs. Find it on Instagram or on Facebook in the Wolf Den, or just from their page, with the ways to win or enter to win. There are multiple ways you can get multiple entries into the drawing.
Very cool. Yeah, so go see Jesse there, and we'll tune in to Mod Squad on Saturday. Enjoy the birds chirping and some awesome painting. Noticed this past week you guys had somebody else in there with you. Is that something you guys are going to start doing now, Tanya?
So, if some of the ladies from Legion's ladies can jump on, definitely opened it up to them. Brittany has been painting for a while. She paints for her husband. Her husband picks stuff up and says, "Hey, will you paint this?" And she is fan-freaking-tastic as a painter. So it's been fun having her on. That's the second time she has been on, and it's just a lot of fun. So if some of the ladies are available to jump on with us, I think we've had Gina has jumped on at one point as well. So we've had a couple of other ladies come on, and it's just fun to talk and hang out on Saturday morning.
Very cool.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching us kind of sit around and chat and paint. And Tanya and Stacy and Jesse, appreciate you guys jumping on with me. This was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it.
I did too.
Absolutely.
And yeah, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself.
Beautiful. Well, that is all, folks. I will go ahead and somehow on my phone try to figure out where the media assets are. And until next time, folks, keep creating.